Hey, welcome back. This is Seth from the RE Tipster blog. In step 2 of this process, I'm going to be showing you how to put together your own real estate blog. Now, real estate blogs, I know for a long time, I didn't really get it, and I didn't understand why it was so important. And really, there are a lot of reasons why you may want to create a real estate blog for yourself, okay? Probably the 3 most common reasons that people make real estate blogs would be, first of all, blogs can bring in a lot of new traffic to your website, especially if you create a blog that provides a lot of helpful information and content for people and gives the world things that people actually want to see. You can draw in a lot of new traffic that you otherwise would never have if you didn't have a blog. Another potential reason is that a blog is a great way for you to help build up your own credibility as a real estate investor. If you know what you're talking about, and if you do a really good job of writing and putting the content out there, blogs do an awesome job of just making you look like you know what you're doing. And as a result, people will trust you more. They'll be a lot more willing and able to do business with you. And for a lot of reasons, that's a really good thing that you may very well need in your life. Another reason why you might want to build a real estate blog is because it can actually create another source of income for your business. Making money from a real estate blog doesn't really happen fast, doesn't happen easy, but it can happen. It takes time and it takes mental energy and it takes hard work. But if this is the kind of thing that you want to pursue, believe me, it is doable. So with that said, I'm going to show you how to build a blog with a theme that's called the Genesis framework. Genesis is actually a very basic theme. There's not a lot to it, but it does look very sharp, very simple, and to the point. Genesis is not the only option. Don't get me wrong. There are thousands of themes out there that you can choose from, some of which are free. And there's nothing wrong with using a free theme. I'd say the only drawback to it is that when you use a lot of the free stuff out there, your blog is just going to kind of look like everybody else's, which personally, if I want to take a website seriously and really make it look a lot better than everybody else out there, it all starts with choosing the right theme. So with that said, I'm just going to show you how to do it. If you click on the affiliate banner ad below this video, it's going to take you to the sales page for the Genesis framework, and it looks kind of like this. If you scroll down, you'll actually see the cool thing about this theme is that it's actually a responsive theme. So just to give you an idea, if somebody were to pull up your website on their mobile device, it would actually look like this. So regardless of which device they're viewing your website on, it's going to look right, and they're going to be able to read it just fine. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's close this demo and go right back up here to Buy Genesis Framework. Right here, you just go through the usual drill. I'll just fill this out quick. And then I'm going to pay with a credit card here. And then hit Create Account and complete your purchase. Okay, now we're going to go to this login page. And using the same login info that you just created, just go ahead and log in here. Once you log in, you're going to see a page that looks something like this. And as you can see, I've actually bought prior themes from StudioPress before, so you can just ignore this AgentPress thing here. All you have to do is go over here to Genesis Framework and Genesis Sample and just download both of those. And those are going to show up on your desktop as zip files down here, as you can see. And once those are downloaded, you're going to go back to your dashboard, and that's what you're looking at right here. And you're going to go over here to Appearance and then Themes. And as you can see, I've actually already installed the Genesis framework here. You can see it showing up right there. If you haven't taken this step yet, you just go up here to Add New, and then go to Upload, and then Choose File, and you're going to choose the actual file that you just downloaded. So that's going to be this one right here. So you would just click on that, open it, and then install now. And then once it's installed, you would see this thing right here. And if it's not activated, there would be an activate button, and you would click that right there. And once this thing is installed, we're going to go back up here to visit the site. And as you can see, it already looks a little bit different. In order to start customizing this thing and really make it start to look exactly how you want it to, we're going to go back up here to the dashboard, and we're going to start by downloading a few plugins. And plugins are basically just some pieces of software that were designed to make your blog do a very specific task. So if you go down here to Plugins and then Add New, the first one that we're going to download is called the Genesis eNews Extended, and we're going to search for that. And as you can see, it's this first one that shows up right here, and the only one, so we're just going to install that quick. Here we go. Now once it's installed, we're going to activate this plugin. Okay, now here we go. It's fully activated. Now the next one we're going to download it's called the Simple Social Icons plugin. So we'll search for that, and it shows up right here at the top. We'll install this one as well, and we'll activate this. The next thing you can do, if you want to, is create a few pages for your website. So we're going to go down here to Pages and then Add New. And we're just going to call this first page Home. We'll go over here to Publish. Okay, now we're going to add another one, and we're going to call this page About. And just say, here's our story. We'll publish this one too. And then we're going to add one more, And we'll just call this one Contact. Obviously, you can make as many pages as you want, but just for this example, I'm going to make 3 pages. All right, now once this is done, we're going to go over here to Appearance, and then we're going to go to Menus and create a new menu to work with here. In order to create a menu, we're going to go right up here to Create a New Menu. Click on that. And we'll just call this ABC Menu. Create that. And all we got to do is go over here to the 3 pages we just created, and we're going to add them to the menu. All right, now here they're all showing up. I'm just going to rearrange these a little bit. I'm going to have Home first, About, and then Contact. And then we're going to save that. All right, now once that's saved, we're going to go over here to Appearance and then Customize. All right, now as you can see, there's still not a lot going on here on this page, but if you want to go up here and change the title and tagline of your website, you can do it right here in this drop-down. We'll just call this Real Estate Blog. And then change this. And as you can see, as we do this, it changes the words up here. So if you want to change that, and that's where you go to do it. When it comes to navigation, we're going to pick on the menu that we just created, which is ABC Menu. And as you'll see, when we do that, this menu shows up here. So, if you click on About, it'll show you the page we just created, that kind of thing. That's how you do that. And then when you come down here to Static Front Page, if you wanted to, you could have a static page showing as home page whenever people show up to your website, kind of like this. So whatever you put on your home page, that's what people are going to see. However, this is a real estate blog after all, so I'm just going to have this be your latest posts, and then that's what people are always going to see when they show up. So that's how I have my blog set up. If you want to do it differently, by all means, feel free. But once that's done, we're just going to hit Save and Publish, and then move on to the next step here. Close that out. Okay, now if we go down here to Widgets, this is where we're going to start to customize some of the things on your blog. One thing that you could do, I personally wouldn't do it, but if you wanted, you could put this custom menu here in header right, have that same ABC menu that you just created, and just to kind of show you what that would look like if you did it, if we go back here to Visit Page, now we've also got this menu up here on the right. So keep in mind, if you wanted to do it that way, you certainly could. I'm going to say that I don't want to do it that way, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove that altogether. When it comes to the primary sidebar, this is where we're going to put this Genesis eNews Extended widget that we downloaded. In these fields, you can really put whatever you want. I'm just going to put email newsletter, just like the demo has. And then sign up here for updates. If you see down here, it talks about MailPoet. It's actually another plugin that you'd have to download if you want this newsletter function to work correctly, and that's another free plugin. I'm not going to mess with that right now, but just so you know, if you wanted it to work the right way, you'd have to put that there. And here I'm just going to put email address, and then sign up here. First name. And we'll just save that and see how that looks. Go back to view the site. Here you go. Here is our new sign-up template. So once you got that down, we're going to go back here to the widgets page again. And the next one we're going to put in here is the primary sidebar again, only we're going to put this simple social icons plugin in here. Right beneath that. Now this part's pretty simple. All you have to do is put in whichever social media outlets you have. So say for example Twitter, I'm just going to put in my Twitter URL, and then once you save it and then go back to view the site, you can see what that looks like. Here we go. There it is. Obviously if I put Facebook, YouTube, Google+, Pinterest, all that stuff, it would show up just kind of as in a row here. So that's all you have to do there. And then also another thing that they have in the demo for this theme is to have the recent posts showing. So we will drag that up here as well. Put that right there. And then we'll save this. And then when we go and take another look, obviously we have not created any posts yet, so nothing is showing there. But if we did, it would show up right there. So now that this is done, let's go and create our first post, just so that we can see what that would look like. Go back here to the dashboard, and then down here to posts, and we're going to have add new. And we're just going to call this the power of a real estate blog. And down here we're going to say blogs are awesome. Obviously you can make this a lot longer. If you want to add any images, which I always recommend for any blog post just because it obviously looks a lot better, you just do that here. Select files from your computer and upload them as needed. Here's one right there. We will insert this onto the left side of the post. And here we go. And once we publish this, we can go back to view the site. And there we go. Here's our first blog post. So obviously there's not much to it, and there's a lot more customizing you can do to put tags in it and all of that. Probably the last thing that I think you'll probably want to know is down here in the Genesis theme settings and SEO settings. When it comes to the theme settings, you can actually change the layout of your site. So say if you want the sidebar to appear on the left instead of the right, or if you want 2 sidebars, or if you want no sidebar at all, you can do that right here. So I'll just kind of save that. And also, when it comes to the SEO settings, this can be kind of an important part, especially if you want your website to get picked up by a lot of the search engines. It's really helpful if you take your Google Plus profile URL and just plug that right in there. So just kind of show you how I would do that. If I go here to my Google page and just highlight this part right here, copy that, go back to the website, and just plug it in. That's all you got to do. So if you got a Google Plus profile, which I would recommend getting if you don't yet, I think it'll help a lot. And then also when it comes down here, you can also add a lot of important keywords to your blog, which is really going to help Google understand what your blog is about and to pick it up, and essentially it'll help your blog to be a lot more relevant to search engines. And you can actually do this exact same thing in every single blog post you create. So, you could just call this real estate blog, the best real estate blog on earth. And then for keywords, you can put, real estate, investor, loan, property, any kind of words that are relevant and are going to be coming up a lot in your blog, just so that Google can understand when people are searching for these kind of words, we're going to bring up this particular blog as in the search results. So that's all there is to that, and then you would save settings down here. And then if you recall that change we made, moving the sidebar over to the other side, this is kind of what it looks like. So as you can see, it's really not that hard. It's just a matter of knowing the basics that you have to download and install and get plugged in and ready to go. Hopefully that's helpful. Again, you don't necessarily have to get this exact theme. This is just a very basic one that looks pretty nice and does the job. If you get any other theme out there, whether it's through StudioPress or any of the other thousands of free themes out there, those are the basic steps you have to go through to get it installed and ready to go. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, I'm telling you, a blog can be an awesome tool in your real estate business. I know it's done just a ton for my business and been very, very helpful. So if this is something you want to integrate into your operation, this is how you do it. Thanks again, and I wish you all the best.